All right, what is up? Oh, got some rubble on you. Sorry about that. The Moot land, baby. Didn't make as much progress as I wanted to on the Moot, but here's pretty much what I have so far. Um, these this bunch of guys. These four are done. This guy I thought was cool. Unfortunately, uh, yeah, the proportions aren't right. He's too tall. And this one was too tall, so I just put him on a rock and covered up his feet essentially. So underneath he has like that story about the mob where they like put their feet in concrete and throw them in the ocean. His feet are under concrete, and then there are two shoes on top of that concrete slab. But yeah. But now I think he's the right height. I was like trying to proportion him up to other minis. Like I have this little dark elf corsair, but yeah. So it's very tough to make it short, but give it like big feet, a big belly, a big head. Yeah, it's just very tough for me to get it right. Here's another one that I like. This one I think slightly too big. I think he will be like one of the squig herders, which will be like chicken herders essentially. I was gonna give him a sandwich, submarine sandwich, but now I just gave him a loaf of bread and a hoe. This one's not done, obviously. Um, well, I shouldn't say obviously. I don't want to sound ableist, but I am gonna give her hands. Was the first one I did, which I still have yet to do a face as good as that one. Every face I've done so far pretty much has been slightly worse than that. So I need to get back to what I like. I don't know. My faces have been 50-50 at best. At best. So anyway, so these five we know are good. This one, after I did this one and I noticed the proportions, I was like, wait, maybe I'm, I started to realize two things. One, I realized if everyone is dressed differently, it's going to take me way too much time to paint. I won't be able to batch paint if everyone's different. So then I thought, what if I put them in leather armor, And I started to change the scale around, and let me show you this one. So I thought, what if it was like these guys are essentially look like dwarfs, and I don't know. I think like halflings and dwarfs should be different to some extent. That was my thought process, but as I was doing it, it became more clear that it looked more like a D&D kind of halfling, which is fine. And I was enjoying it. I was enjoying the sculpt, but I don't know that it's as fun necessarily to make these mini warriors. It's almost like it's like I like it, but I did a couple of that scale, and I think they would be cool. I don't know. I don't know. Then I just started thinking like these would be funnier. I think I could do more funny, like the goofy funny. I think that just works better for me. So then I went back and this one I just have been adding to the sculpt today. That one there. I'm not sure how I'm gonna. So what I'm gonna do? I basically I need to just make them more Empire clothing themed. With a couple exceptions. So like this one obviously is not very Empire, but I think it's such a cool little guy. I want to make like a muscular guy in like overalls. Well, I guess suspenders, not really overalls. He's gonna be one of the farmers, like I said. That's why I gave him a hoe. So for the most part, I'm gonna try and get a little bit more consistent with the clothing. I'm gonna like this one. The clothing's different. The proportions are different. So I don't know where it went wrong, but I have to start over with him, or maybe just cut off the face. So yeah, but I mean it's been a lot of work, and this one I really think it could be something kind of cool and kind of cute. But I don't know. I think these three need to go on the back burner just for now. It just it just doesn't look right. So I mean, I think I need to get out of the realm of them being physically capable of walking, in a weird way. Like I think like the way a halfling is built, they're not built like a human dwarf. They're sort of built like, yeah, I don't know. Just giant head, giant belly, giant feet, and then short legs, short arms, giant hand, big nose. I don't know. So I think I need to stop looking at how they act realistically, and just make them more goofy and fantasy. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. The faces, like I said, they've been 50-50. Somehow I'm getting that bulging eye thing, and I think I think I figured out what I'm doing wrong, but yeah. So I think I just need to get a little more consistent. Also, sometimes I'll like sculpt a head and I think it'll look good, but then I realize like it's scaled too small. These guys have big heads, like literally, like their head and belly is like, I don't know, more than half of their body, which is bizarre. But they are going to be goblins. We know that. The squig herders, instead of like 15 squigs, it's gonna be chickens, fairly big chickens. Then I think that one of the guys I'll make ride a chicken. Like maybe this guy will be like on top of something. I don't know. But yeah. Then like a giant mangler squig will be like a mutant chicken or something. I think that's what it has to be. I mean, first of all, the Moot has that's on their what do they call that? Sigil. I don't know. Their standard, whatever their sign of the Moot land is a chicken. So I think that just makes a lot of sense. So that has been the week in a nutshell. It looks like I did a lot, but again, as with most of the time when I start sculpting, most of it's garbage. So, or at least something I can't necessarily use. But anyway, I'd like to know your thought, and I'd also like to know, like, tell me if I'm wrong here. Like the one on the right is goofier and more fun. The one on the left is more like a D&D halfling, or yeah, not even a hobbit. But it's just all I thought was like D&D halfling thief. That's what it looks like. So I think I need to go more with the one on the right for this. So anyway, thank you very much. That has been my update. I did start painting my fishmen with tried using contrast paint, and of course it doesn't look good, so I have to scrap that. So anyway, all right, thanks. See you next week. Bye.